Hey everybody, how's it going? Today we are going to go over the newest collab in the world of Monster Strike. It is Tiger and Bunny 2. This is, of course, the first appearance in the world of Monster Strike, but I guess the title of the anime is 2 right now. As usual, I know nothing about the collab, so bear with me if I get anything wrong. Please feel free to correct me in the comments as necessary. But without further ado, let us get started and make sure that you don't miss out on any details of the collab. Of course, we have a gacha available. It is usable now, and we've got 3 6-star monsters with Wild Tiger and Barnaby in the wood element, Blue Rose and Golden Ryan in the water element, and Fire Emblem and Sky High in the fire element. Those are your 6-star monsters. And then your 5-star monsters will be in Dark, Origami Cyclone, and Rock Bison. And we also have Dragon Kid with magical cat in the light element. And as usual for the collabs, the first few days will be flat in terms of equal percentage to get any of the 6-star monsters, but starting on September 4th, it will rotate between the 6-star monsters, starting with Wild Tiger, going to Blue Rose the next day, and then Fire Emblem, and then rotating until you hit the very last day where all of them will have a rate up. But the biggest thing about this collab is, of course, we just got off of One Piece, so people have some orb fatigue right now, I'm sure. X-Flag Mixie being very smart and attentive to that. They have given us 5 free 10 pulls that you can use. Let's note, you're not getting orbs to use these. You are just getting 5 free 10 pulls. So you can't, just hoard them for anything else. But it is free. Because it's free, you're not actually spending orbs. Your Hoshidama will be unaffected, so don't worry. But if you want to continue to pull on this gacha, you are very much free to do that. But for those of you who aren't as interested, it's a free set of 50 pulls. Use it, get the monsters. There's about, I think it was like a 20-ish% chance that you might not get any of the collab monsters, 6-star monsters from this pull with 5 free 10 pulls, and it is a 12% standard rate to do that. Hold on, let me turn on my phone there. Just to prove, right? It is equally 12%, 1.2% per featured collab monster, and then you've got the 4 or 5 stars at the 25% rate there on the bottom. But it's hopefully you get one. Chances are on your side, but it's not out of the question to not get any, right? It's probability, so don't forget about that. Alright, so let's take a look at the gacha monsters real quick. Thankfully, their strike shots look pretty straightforward, so it was a little bit easier to get the numbers churned out for them. So these are all, again, as usual, since this is very early in the collab, these are all preliminary ratings. They can go up and down as we've see people take advantage of the strike shots better, get a better idea of how the mechanics work, how you could exploit them in certain stages. Their rating could go up and down. But Wild Tiger and Barnaby has a initial rating of 9.0, which is actually really high for a collab monster. We haven't seen a high rating from a monster in quite a while, so very interesting to see that. The strike shot is an interesting concept. Both Wild Tiger and Barnaby will split up, and then you'll move around, and then there's a follow-up attack to the boss, and regardless of where you hit that boss, it is considered weak point damage hits, so that's probably why you get a nice rating bonus for them. But the self buff to I guess I forget who's the main one and who's the copy, but you can see it doesn't really matter because they both get a 10% boost in attack when they're moving around, and then that follow-up attack is a 11.4 times attack bonus to that, and then to their attack stats, sorry. And then the second gear, if you can wait for 26 turns, the buff to the monsters are 30% each, and then that follow-up attack is 18.8 times their attack stat. So quite a nice punch that they can pack with that. Next, take a look at their there you go. Blue Rose and Golden Ryan, they currently have a 7.5 rating. Their strike shot is a delay to all hit enemies, and there's a follow-up attack that is a percentage damage with a minimum guarantee to the first enemy they hit. The first gear, the buff is a 10% bonus, and the delay is 2 turns for each monster you touch. The follow-up attack is a 20% gravity attack of their max HP with a minimum guarantee of 1.2 million damage. The second gear, that bonus goes up to 35% attack and bonus, of course. And the delay stays at 2 turns, but that follow-up attack is now increased to 45% of their max HP with a minimum guarantee of 3 million damage done. Obviously, the strike shots themselves are quite nice, but I just don't think there's anything impressive about their kit that has them shining anywhere, and that's why they are stuck with a 7.5 as of this moment. We also get Fire Emblem and Sky High with a 7.5 rating at the moment. As you can see, it does have the half null abilities as part of the strike shot, so you get that damage wall, gravity barrier. He already has warp and mine, so you only really get 2 bonuses out of that strike shot. And they should really stop calling it an all anti strike shot, because we have so many more gimmicks at this point that's not really all. And of course the wall through bullet is not the most exciting bump combo. But you know, it is interesting that the follow-up attack does have a it scales to the remaining HP of the monster, and that's different from what we saw with the previous character, right, where it was a percentage of their max HP. This is directly related to their remaining HP, which is actually a pretty big difference. So for the first gear, it's a 20% of their remaining HP, and the explosion does 10.8 times their attack with a 30% boost as they move. But the second gear, very interesting, that the self to the character goes up to 150%, right? That's 2.5 times. That's not a typo, unless what I read was a typo itself. But it does look like you get a significant boost to your movement. So making sure that you wait for 24 turns is actually pretty important for Fire Emblem and Sky High here. But that follow-up attack does cut the enemy's attack cuts their remaining HP by half, and does a explosion damage of 25.6 times attack. Now, from what I could see, these values, I had to get them from Twitter, because none of the the guides out there had these values. So maybe, just maybe, with the values that they're seeing in the second gear, it might be enough to bump up Fire Emblem a little bit, because that does seem like a significant set of numbers there in terms of damage done. So we'll have to see if his rating increases as a result of these numbers. But like I said, I found them on Twitter. The guy did seem reliable. His numbers matched up to the other ones that I saw. So I just ran with it, and hopefully it's correct. Oops, and sorry I didn't pull him up here, but there you go. Yeah, I mean the HP is also pretty on the low side as well, but we'll see. All right, let's take a look at the 4 5-star monsters. We've got Dragon Kid and Magical Cat in the light element. They're on the right on the slide, but I guess they're on the screen there. You got Super Null Damage Wall, Minesweeper M, Strike Shot Turn Reducer, all on the main. Then you've got Null Speed Down Wall and Recovery on the gauge. Strike Shot is an 18 turn. Sorry, I guess I left that out on the slide, but there is a Lightning Attack to hit enemies, which is 4 times, does damage 4 times to their attack stat. You also get 20% attack boost buff to these characters as they move around, and there's a final water beam attack that they fire that is essentially just a kicking of all enemies who get in the way, and that does a static 1.2 million damage, which is always nice to see. And then our last gacha monster is going to be Origami Cyclone and Rock Bison on the left. On your screen, he has Null Gravity Barrier, Super Null Wind, Weak Point Slayer, and Shield Mode. Gauge is Null Transport Wall. Always nice to see that being sprinkled around. Strike Shot is a 12-turn speed up and will throw a Shuriken, which does about 20% more than their usual attack stat. at the first enemy they hit, and then once they are done moving, they will start moving again towards the nearest enemy, which and when they are moving at that time, they get a 50% boost to their attack. Very fun strike shot. I think, was it Gintama was the first time we saw that with I forget it, Kagura, right? I think she was the first, well, maybe not the first, but definitely notable from the collab strike shot, which was really fun to see. Bump combo is a super defense down blast. And of course, don't forget that if you are willing to pay some money, you can go to the pack here and purchase a special pack for only 980 yen to get a special character. We've got Barnaby, and of course, don't get it mixed up with the combo character we saw from the gacha that had Barnaby and somebody else in the wood element. They're separate entities. Don't try to mix them together for luck if you're crazy like that. But you know, 980 yen does mean they are a special max luck character for the collab. You know, it's Gravity Barrier, Warp, Wind. Certainly you got 2 classics and one of the newer ones, so it's good to see. No real place for him to shine quite yet, but it is a unique set that doesn't have too many characters in that, you know, with that kit right there, so could shine in the future. Now let's take a look at the quests that are available. Of course, we have our standard 24/7 4 5-star quests. We've got H01 and Cream, I guess, in always available for you to play. They can go up to 75 luck, which you'll get that 15 luck bonus to get them at that cool 90. That is the max for these characters, so if you truly love the collab, you can do that. I tend to skip that. But we also have the 24/7 direct drop quest with Jake here in the dark element. As usual, no max luck required. All you have to do is clear it each day to get a 7 bonus drop boost. And of course, if you play co-op, you have a higher chance of the boss directly dropping 2 or 3 copies rather than 1. So do try to play this with co-op to increase your odds there. And then you can see from the schedule that we will get these 2 characters available. You got Fugan and Mugan in water and light respectively. They will show up on the schedule, so make sure that you figure out when they're available in your time zone and pick them up to max luck levels. And of course, we will have a Insidious quest called Lunatic, and this is a little bit different from what we've seen in the past. Usually they've been in the schedule. For this collab, they will only be, this quest will be randomly invading your quest when you clear any collab quest. It's not guaranteed. They say it's a rare event. Usually I think it's like 1 in like 7 to 10 times you'll get one. I mean, if you get it longer than, usually you don't have to play longer than that to get an encounter. But I don't know what the exact numbers are, so don't sue me if you're not getting it quickly. But how it works is that you'll clear a collab quest invades, you'll be able to take it on within 24 hours. All monsters in that quest will have plus 99 luck when taking on the quest, so just bring your OP monsters. I know I misspoke on the monster news slide, I apologize for that. You do not need to bring max luck for this quest. You just need to bring your OP monsters and then farm his quest away. All chests guaranteed to drop the boss, and each clear that you get on this quest, you will get 10 bonus drops up to your 5th clear. So if you clear it 5 times, you will get 50 drops guaranteed. So if you can find a way to, you've got enough characters, you know, co-op monsters to get 10 drops per quest, you can just clear it 5 times and you'll be done. So interesting thought to clear this quest. Now, we do have something called the hero ranking, and that is available on your home screen every day to click. There should be a number here that you can see. You can click that to see what your current ranking is. If you haven't done anything, you'll start in 6th place, and you can see the ranking here, for example. But basically, there are 4 missions available per day that you can take on, and the rewards that you can pick up for each day will be randomly chosen from a pool of items. You can see that there are rewards for being first, second, or third. Each day, of course, resets at 4 a.m. in the Monster Strike world. Okay, the music is scaring me a little bit, so let's move out. So here are the missions that you can see. Every day, the same random set of 4 missions for everybody in the world of Monster Strike will be active to complete. Actually, the way I worded that is really weird, so I apologize for that. But you are going to have to pattern match to figure out what the missions are. I have numbered them because since it is the same for everybody in the world of Monster Strike, I will try to do my best to tweet out at noon, Pacific time, 4 a.m. Japan time, what the missions are for that day. Use the numbers to figure it out. Obviously, you can try to use the point values on the right side to figure out which section it needs to be in. And then, again, pattern match with the kanji, katakana that you see. If it looks like that, that's going to be the mission. Or just wait for the tweet from myself to figure out which 4 missions you need to get on top of that leaderboard. Now, if you're not sure what the characters or the quests are, I put some hints on the right side. Also, just by clearing any quest, you will be getting some points every time you clear a quest. So whether it's a library quest, an event quest, a collab quest, or clearing with a collab monster in your party, each of those points will get you 50 for clearing. By definition, library quests and event quests are separate, so those don't jive together, but you can, of course, event, collab, and clearing with a collab monster. Those 3 can stack up, so your maximum you can get for just clearing a quest is 150 points per clear. Also important to note, to get your rewards, you must click this button and go into the screen to get your rewards. Right? If you do not go into the screen, you will not get the rewards for that day. And if it goes to the next day, you may not be able to collect those rewards because they have rotated out. So please be careful. Make sure you go in and check in there once you have gotten your rewards for the day. Now, again, like I said, each item in the box you see there for the first place, second place, and third place will be active each day. You can see which item is going to be available here for this day, and then the next day it shows you what the rewards will be for tomorrow. So tomorrow we will get a level scroll for being first, a Insta Transcend Sharp for being second, and 5 Light Dragon Gems for being third. Now, important thing to note is you will get all of the rewards as you move up in the ranking. So you can see that, there's some text on each of these. I got all 3 of those rewards. Even though I'm currently in first place, I got the XP turtles. I got the yellow Charles, right? You get all of them that you would have passed along the way. So it's not like you forfeit anything that you pass as you move up in the rankings. Now, there are cumulative rewards, so you are incentivized, even if you've already finished your rankings for the day, that you want to keep getting points because you will be able to get that final reward at the end, which is important, which I'll talk about on the next slide. But getting these cumulative rewards will also allow you to max luck Subaru and Thomas there that you see on the bottom of that row, in addition to getting all those juicy items and good job stickers that you may enjoy. But like I said, what's important about that 13,000 point reward is that once you get that title of being King of Heroes, you are always guaranteed to be first place for the rest of the collab. So obviously it's going to be a little hard to get that many points right away. You're only going to get 150 points for clearing a stage. While it's not impossible, it's going to be a long journey to get there, which is quite frankly probably not worth it. There are 1,000 point rewards that you get for making progress on those daily missions, so just wait until you see those and hit those up when you can. But the faster you get this, the less you have to worry about those point rewards and can just cash in. But again, making sure that you check in to that page every day to make sure you collect your rewards. If you do not go to that page, you will not get your rewards. I've told you many times, don't forget. And that's basically it for the collab. There are, we've seen that we've gotten, for example, Kaede here as part of the login. She of course does function as a max luck monster for the duration of the collab, so don't worry about her current luck. That also applies to Mr. Black, and he is Thomas. Okay, he is Thomas. There you go. Right, Subaru evolves into these monsters, which you get from the mission. They also function as max luck monsters for the duration of the collab. And I believe that's it. It's a pretty straightforward collab. We'll have to see if there's anything that's going to invade on the next Monster Strike news for more details. But of course, you know, don't forget that you do get 5 free temples for this gacha. So do enjoy that. I will be taking this immediately after this video, and you'll be able to see it probably within 24 hours and see how my luck went. I honestly do not intend to spend any orbs on this gacha, so I will happily take the free pulls and leave. So let me know what your intentions are, and then, you know, keep your results a secret until the next video, because I'm gonna go start doing some pulls. You know, hopefully you are enjoying the collab as well. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, or just give some nice hey, good job Scott comments there. I really do appreciate those kind of comments time to time. But of course, if you haven't already, hit the like, subscribe. ENG Monster have all of these missions, where is it, available for you to look at any time. And I, again, like I said, I'll try my best to you know, at lunchtime send out a tweet saying here are the missions for the next 24 hours, so that you can have a better idea of what you need to do. But of course, you can always pattern match the Japanese to the English translations to hopefully do it on your own. Discord channel is also available to talk with other folks who love the game, speak English, and can help you out at any time. And that's it for me. And of course, let me apologize in advance. You're gonna probably see a lot of Hinatazaka videos starting September 5th. That's my Oshimen Saito Kyoko's birthday. So lots of games featuring her that I'm going to pull, spend some money on. It's gonna be a fun time, but it's not gonna be Monster Strike. Please bear with me there. I'm gonna warn you in advance, but it happens once a year, right? Anyways, thank you for watching. Until next time. Bye bye.